You know who else we love is our friends at the Dairy Queens of Northwest Edmonton and Sherwood Park. And they are the ones that have set the table for you every single Friday to blow off a little steam. It's a tradition where we invite you to bring the heat, to send us your hot takes. All right, these are all real emails that have been sent to talk@ryanjesperson.com. It's the Flamethrower, presented by the DQs of Northwest Edmonton and Sherwood Park. This one from Mike, who says, Jespo, can somebody please explain to me why everybody seems to have such a hard time accepting and understanding the concept of the zipper merge? He says, I pick up my daughter from daycare every day. I get home, I have to cross this bridge over the Henday in southeast Edmonton. You know, the bridge that a trucker clipped while pulling out an excavator? He goes, oh my gosh, what is going on with people? He says, a zipper merge is a technique when two lanes of traffic are merging into one, and drivers take turns in alternating zipper fashion, like the teeth of a zipper, merging at the point where the lanes reduce, at the very end of the lane that is closing. Stop merging before this point. It helps maintain a smoother flow of traffic, reduces congestion, and utilizes all available road space. It's such an easy concept, yet on multiple occasions, drivers attempt to block me from proceeding to the end of the lane. I've had vehicles speed up so I can't get in. It's asinine. You're literally causing potential accidents solely because you think I'm cutting in line. This isn't a movie theater. This isn't a coffee shop. I'm not ignoring the long line of people waiting to get their lattes and Frappa Kappa bullshit. I'm simply following the rule. Frappa Kappa bullshit. What a great name for a band. He says, anyway, I'm following the rules of the road and nobody else seems to know what's going on. Where's the city on this? Where's the marketing campaign? He says, a quick plug for the Stuff You Should Know podcast. They just did a zipper merge episode a couple of weeks ago. Every Albertan should take a look. That from Mike. How about this one from Chris, who says, I describe myself as a conservative who needs to be persuaded. But I think that, and earmuffs kids, by the way, kids should never be listening to the Flamethrower. He says, Poilievre's a craven bitch. Bitch me. And these bitch-ass truck nuts and fuck Trudeau decals make me take you less seriously, so all these people can fuck off. You don't know what you're talking about. To be clear, conservatism is supposed to be opposed to radicalism, and the UCP in Alberta has no business calling itself conservative. They're right-wing radicals. There's nothing remotely conservative about Danielle Smith. That from Chris the Conservative. What about this one from Sally, who says, I'm so sick of listening to all the great things that this provincial government is doing. I remember the 80s very well. Oil was everything for Alberta. We were booming. Spend everything from municipal buildings in small towns, highways, hospitals, and then everything became very expensive, and interest was sky high, and people started walking away from their homes, and then the crash. Oil companies walked away. We're dealing with orphan wells to this day, and government won't admit it. There's a hidden power agenda, says Sally. A lot of changes over the last 6 months, and I've seen a lot of people fired without due thought and consideration. We need healthy people, mentally and physically. We need affordable food and shelter to give young people hope. Sally says, I'm sorry for the rant. Sally, don't you dare apologize. What about this one from Brad, who says, did I hear a guest on this show equating naturopaths to real doctors? That's beyond the pale. I don't think you did, Brad, but he's referencing our talk with Erica Barudis and Cheryl Oates earlier this week. He says, why don't we ask Tim Caulfield what he thinks about this? You know, the health mythbuster, the U of A prof that was with us a few weeks ago, says they're not doctors, these naturopaths. They're not an option for people needing the emergency room. These are people that will subject ivermectin for COVID. Just including them in the healthcare system discussion is a mistake. Have pneumonia? Go see somebody to lay hands on you? Use crystal energy for healing? My God. That from Brad. We're going to get a Flamethrower submission from a naturopath next Friday. I guarantee it. Bring it on, baby. Talk@ryanjesperson.com. And this one from Janine. I cited her email earlier today. She says, I read that kids are being treated on beds on the floor at the Stollery Children's Hospital. That it's normal right now for 50 kids at a time to wait 12 hours in the waiting room at Emerge to be treated. And the premier on a radio show saying that Alberta's surplus will not fund healthcare but go toward restoring the Heritage Savings Trust Fund. That made me snap, and that's why I'm emailing you, Jespo, says Janine. What about the basics first? I don't give a crap about the Heritage Savings Fund if it's on the backs of our kids. I've heard this phrase, if you don't vote, you don't get to complain. I voted for the NDP, and for 4 years I emailed and called the UCP to complain, and now I'm complaining to UCP voters, including in the Real Talk audience. This is the fruit of your vote, says Janine. What did you think about I'm okay with healthcare collapsing on the backs of 6 sick kids to fund the savings fund? What? Well, the premier said Packing 35 grade 5 kids into small classrooms is okay. Letting food, insurance, rent, utilities to skyrocket. So what? We can get a new hockey arena in Calgary, a referendum on a pension plan, letting parties get bigger donations so they can enter the fray in the municipalities, fighting with the feds in every way possible, and rolling backward on climate. So, to UCP voters, I ask you this, says Janine, did you really vote for this? Because if not, the Premier said she'd listen to you, and if you really believe her, you should tell her what you think about the job she's doing. Or there's this simple fact that she's making sick kids wait. Janine signs off, losing hope. Well, let's not go there. The conversations will continue. The advocacy will continue. And you'll hear all of it right here on your home for real talk. This is The Flamethrower, presented by the DQs of Northwest Edmonton and Sherwood Park. That's Palisades, Namao, Newcastle, Westmount, and Baseline Road. Thank you for tuning in this week. We wish you a safe, happy, and healthy weekend. We'll be right back at it Monday morning. We'll talk to you then.